Hello there, Gemini, and welcome into my channel, Joy to the World. I am your reader, Melissa Joy. So, Gemini, in the bit of the pre-shuffle, you're like, go for the Cosmic Tarot, go for the Cosmic Tarot. And I'm like, why? You're like, because we want to know those answers. We need to speak with the energy of where we came from, because we want to get to where we're going. And saying, how about you get into the knowing? Know yourself. It's all contained right here, not just in the split, because you didn't want the middle. You wanted what was on top and what was at the bottom. What about all the in between? Think about a sandwich. I mean, you might eat a slice of bread, but I don't know anybody who puts two slices of bread together with nothing on it and says, a sandwich. A sandwich. And although that's some yummy bread, my friend, look at the mirror here. Look at this dynamism. This power, this delight, this beauty going out in all directions because you know yourself, because you're experiencing yourself here. You're opening up the spirals of life into the fantasticness of who you are and not playing it small or little anymore, going, give me the big picture, but not actually wanting to get into the details. And I don't mean the written details. I mean the descriptives, the senses. Oh, her pants are red. The sky is blue. Okay, that's our vision. It looks like the desert. I wonder if it's hot and dry out there. Maybe if you saw watermelon, your mouth would think, oh, I love watermelon. That's nice and juicy. That reminds me of the 4th of July. Do you see what I mean? It's been a bit of dissociation. And why? Because there's been like death of your dreams. There's things that haven't happened that you wanted, that you desired in life. And maybe not just now, but maybe when you were younger. Maybe when you haven't quite put words to your dreams, because the dreams of a child are things that people often shoot down. So there were some that were just impressions in your soul that wanted to burst forth, and they were impressions of greatness. And it's obvious. Look here. Look at the symmetry going on around you. Look at this magic spinning around you. Feeling powerless, cut off, willing but not able. But that having not been able is almost like in a different time period. But that sense that it created as a whole picture, the two slices of bread going together with nothing in between, is still sitting there. That blasé, that jaundice of feeling like left at the altar type of thing, it's impacting your now strongly. That this is it. But where's the story, my friend? These are cards of victory. They are a story. There is so much more going on in there, that there's a bit that you're locked up about. See that refusal? You're locked up, but see that gate is actually ajar. You're like, I'm not locked up. And I'm like, no, I know you didn't put the lock on it so that you could say that, but the door looks like it's closed. So people passing by don't even make the effort. And you're like, yeah, that's right. People don't get me. People don't like me. You know, and you might be all outward social and getting together with friends and whomever and whatever. I'm talking about the depths of your soul, friend. I'm talking about your inner temple. I'm talking about your place of worship where creation begins. Look at this. Opening up to your sunshine. Opening up to your revelation, to your revolution, to your giving. Ooh. Let's see if I can see what I'm at. Oh, it's still a little bit bright. Say you want a revolution. Well, you know, I'll stop right there. You know. I would say this one's talking, you know what's required of you. You know what's required of you to be on point. There's a bit of laxity of like making the effort, but with no structure. So that willing and able both are required. So obedience and discipline requires doing what you're told when you're told it, and not like a parent barking over you like that's the only way you'll get it. No, but if your spirit and your soul are speaking to you and you're putting forth the effort, you ought to put it in a hospitable environment. You ought to plant it in the season in which it will grow. Like planting that watermelon seed in the midst of winter does you no good. It won't grow. You will not get the fruit in pre-Walmart days. You also would lose your seed. So where would you get more seed? Exactly. That's what I'm saying. This is that story. This is that mindset. This is beauty. This is open. But I mean, when we're talking the whole deck is still sitting there closed with the story, it's like, get out your pen and start to write. And he was saying we were going to tell your story from this. And you were like, no, I want cosmic. I want cosmic. Really? This is you holding on to the goods. There's a lot here that now that it's up to you, because if you're here, you're over 18, a lot of it is up to you. But that old mindset, this old crap stuff, the old results, proof, evidence, or whatever is clogging you up. It is the lurking and the lurmkin, you know, and that Lorax stuff that, yeah, it may have obliterated and whatever else, but there is life springing up around you. There's more than just potential. There's essence. There's essence. This is essential to who you are, that you awaken into this awareness. From the root to the fruit, friend. Everything in between, I say, will be mended or set right or turned on or created when you tend to your root and your fruit. Where you're coming from and where you're going. Because if this is the fruit you would like to see, then you need to apply it accordingly, right? Put your root in a let's say a hospitable environment, but that in a receptive environment. And I'm not talking about people receptivity. I'm talking about palm trees like to grow where it's warm. Can they grow inside Mall of America? Sure. If you want to keep your story small, you want to stay locked in, you want everybody else in their life to pass you by. But let's put you where you belong, where you're truly from. Like, I'm not going back to where I came from. I'm not talking about a map with an address. I'm talking about you, your home. Home is where the heart is, my friend. And what's wild is you kept this face down because this is your heart. Look how beautiful your heart is. Look how peaceful that person is. They ain't snatching out a sword ready to tear somebody up. They're like, I'm confident in who I am. I'm self-assured, and I'm not having to assert myself or work or try and say the right thing or do the right thing or not say the right thing, you know, whatever else. You know how that goes. You're out of your mind. Get out of that prattle, that noise, and get into your heart. They've worked a lot on making cars quiet so that you could just focus on the scenery while you're driving. Because these are the things spilling out from the bottom. The Prince, he moves beyond the 10 of Pentacles. This is you, like the owner of the home. You know, there was a time that maybe you were a child and the inheritance wasn't yours, but it is now. Look how confident he is. This one is more powerful than the king in this case because he's out living in his fields. He's out enjoying. He has wisdom and stuff that was gained during this time that you have been ignoring, my friend, because you have this jaundiced perspective. Just sit back on this. You want me to read from Cosmic? Then I'm reading you. And this is blocking this. You want to know why in Cosmic Tarot, the Emperor is not some bully. It is not some no. It is not some lockdown, some being kept out of everything you want. Because emperors can be stubborn. Man, it can be grudges. It can keep you held back, but not this one. Look at that face. This emperor is the whole cosmos seeking for the divine greater good of all. And that means your truth. Because when you are in your truth and you're living in it, anything that benefits you benefits all because you are in your nature. It is opening up to all. And that's why this Prince of Pentacles is so powerful. He is in his nature, not locked up in some castle. I want to be the rich one. I want to be the one in charge. Da-li-la-di-la-di-la-di-la. That is ruining your vision. And the Empress is crunking up. She's like, shout it in the microphone, Joy. Tell the truth. The truth is your wealth. It is your prosperity. It takes care of its own, and you are its own. No one else's truth is your truth, so stop chopping yourself up to fit in that and go there and be this and do that and whatever. Stand still, my friend. Stand still. Hold your position. And what position is that? You, magnificent, extraordinary, divine. Having, quote, finally arrived. Just because you just kept wandering around in the misery, self-punishment swamp, the thinking on these things, the grudges, the disdain, the disappointment, the too late, too bad, too lost, too didn't get what I want, whatever. And they're like, that is crowding up your space. That is crowding up your space. And look at that, stripped bare, scraggly. Get into this, friend. That is your invitation to yourself, and you're asking for the cosmic. Remember this old deceit. Some of you may be seeking a relationship with the true life partner, which seems to be the perpetual quest with Gemini. That's why they often have a group of friends, because it takes a gaggle of people to really sit, all that energy added together to sit equal to yours, equivalent to yours. But dare I tell you, when you get this old cumfuggery, these old excuses and lies, because they're draining you from the past, this wanting what's not yours yet, even though it was yours all along, you still believe it wasn't yours, so it still isn't yours. It is. It is. This is the heart of what? The Emperor and the Empress here. It is the heart, okay? So that's what we're showing here. These aren't three different people going on. Look at that confidence. Look at that wisdom. Look at that knowingness. Look at those eyes peering at you going, listen to me. I love it. I looked at him and he had this sweet smile, this wry smile of like, exactly. So maybe this reached your heart today, friend, and I sincerely hope so. Look at all this. Look at this. Look at that. Be honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself, and then give yourself permission to adjust and change and adapt. Not change who you are. Change what you've been pretending to be, living where you don't thrive. Okay, when it takes a gaggle of people to measure up to your energy, that's not true. There's so much more. There's so much more, and your dreams aren't dead, Rob Stone. They're all coming to you. It's all been for a time such as this, my friend. All right, Gemini. Well, that's up to you. Okay? You can join this channel. That's also up to you, but I want you to know it is free as always. All it takes is a tap of your finger, and they'll let you know anytime I post new videos. That's all it's about. And you could give a thumbs up if you like this, or as a sign of encouragement of like, okay, you speaking some truth. I don't know how I feel about it just yet, Joy. But I'll come on around here. Leave me some comments, compliments down below. Put some crowns, put some gold, put some dove flying freedom down there. If this is you and you're like, I am embracing this, I am opening, it's time. It's time someone told me that I am well able. And the time is now. All right, friend, I love you. Bye.